What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Z Sports and Entertainment. I am Z, coming to you from the basement. It's Thursday, Throwback Thursday. Today, we're going to talk about an individual I had the luxury of going to high school with all 4 years. Today, we're going to talk about an individual who fought a lot of adversity, overcame a lot of adversity, had to truly grind to get where he is. Kind of like last week's Throwback Thursday, Gerald Everett. I've known this individual for a very long time. Not so much on a personal level, but just being able to walk the same halls with him. Have casual conversation, things of that nature. Today's Throwback Thursday is Chris Horton, Columbia High School class of 2012. Man. Where do I even start? I think the first time I met Horton was in 8th grade. Horton was tall, slim, lanky, seemed clumsy, but Horton loved basketball. Like, Horton was everything basketball. I'm going to start it off with a funny story. Not really funny, it's actually kind of sad, but from what comes out of this story is what's truly remarkable. 8th grade, Columbia Middle School. We have basketball tryouts. And it's probably about 30, 35 of us, middle school tryouts. And, in middle school, I don't know if there was a competition, but in middle school, we chose not to carry many bigs. So I think we had like 2 legit bigs. One of them was Jordan Johnson. He was our starting center. And in 8th grade, JJ was like 6'5", 6'6". Unheard of. Head on. Huge. JJ also played football. Multi-talented, was in the band, multi-talented. Shout out to you, Jordan. Shout out to you, Jordan Johnson, for real. And the other one was Shannon Ford. Now, Shannon Ford was our big coming off the bench behind Jordan. I truly believe that Coach Elder had like a competition in tryouts between Shannon and Horton. Best man's gonna get the spot. Well, I remember it like it was yesterday, man. We had tryouts, and this was back when like you didn't find out immediately if you made the team. Like, they released who made the team on the intercom like the morning after the last day of tryouts. So unless you were on the team the previous year, you didn't know what was going on. No clue. Man, that next day came. They get up there and they start, calling off the names. Boom, 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 boom. They named 12, 13 names. I tried out for the team, FYI. But here's what was so crazy about my experience on that team. That day that they chose to release the names over the intercom, tell me why they said my name last. It was like, oh yeah, and Zachary Gaither. Like, motherfucker, you forgot about me? Like, I worked hard for this. But that's what was so funny about that to me. But what I noticed on the flip side of that was Horton didn't make the team. His name wasn't called on the intercom. And I don't know if it was this particular day or the next day or if we had started practicing as a team or what happened. I don't know how this, I don't even know how I was in position to witness this, but Horton left the school or the gym bawling tears, crying. I mean, his face out. I mean, I don't remember ever feeling like so helpless and so bad for like someone the same age as me like that. Seeing that like truly like hurt my heart. And like to see his dad, comfort him, put his arm around his shoulder and just be there for him. Son, it's gonna be all right, I don't know what he said to him. Minor setback for a major comeback. I don't know. I truly believe that like a flip was switched. Like, a flip was switched. A switch was flipped. I said that wrong. A switch was flipped. And like Horton turned into a dog after that. What I mean by a dog, and I'm like, Horton turned it on. Like, Horton hit the gym. Horton hit the court. Horton put the work in after that. And it wasn't something that he would let a lot of people see. I didn't even see it, but how I know this was, let's fast forward to 9th grade. You gotta keep in mind, I was in that 8th grade tryout, so I saw what Horton put up. I saw the performance and what was displayed. You compare that to the 9th grade tryout, and I don't know if Horton had already been practicing with the high school doing conditioning or what, but the best way I can put it is he fit in with them from a playing perspective. I didn't. I didn't. I mean, Horton is somebody that will have two abilities that every team in the basketball world will always need: rebounding and shot blocking. I kid you guys not. Chris Horton is like Rudy Gobert. He's just not 7'1". He's just 6'9". Chris would have probably got like a 7'2", 7'3" wingspan. Like, dude, look like Horton is somebody who would go lottery today on his potential. Forget the scoring. This dude gonna give me 15 rebounds and 5 shot blocks a game. 5 shot blocks a game. I want him. Back then, game didn't translate like that. Something else with Horton is this. At Columbia, powerhouse basketball program. Like, damn near complete opposite from the football. Coach McQuarrie had that thing going. I mean, it was a very well-oiled machine when McQuarrie was there. I mean, and what kind of irritated me a little bit, but it was respect. His players were so scared of him. Like, I played AAU with a lot of guys who played for Coach McQuarrie. Like, they were so scared of him. And if you know Coach McQuarrie, he just little 5'7", 5'8", probably a little taller than that. But he's just this little dude, and he just walks around, and he just is cool with everybody, nice to everybody. He taught math. I mean, just cool. Son, same way. I mean, but his players were so terrified of him, which made him work harder. But got off topic. I apologize. Horton's, for his game to improve as much as it did from 8th to 9th grade, and for him to be able to, not make the middle school team and be able to come and fit in with I mean, 9th grade, he was keeping up with varsity, like legit. He was, and my 9th grade year, Columbia had some dogs there. I'm talking about Jershon Cobb, Chris Daniels, Chris Greer, Lord have mercy, who am I forgetting? Pierre, Mike Sam. Columbia had some dogs on the basketball court. Gerard Houston, I think that's way back there though. I don't think that's 2012. But Columbia had some dogs, man. Like, and for him to be able to go in there with the mentality of what happened last year. Fast forward a little bit, junior and senior year, Horton's thriving. I mean, absolutely thriving. The only reason Horton's not leading the county in rebounds, only reason in my opinion Horton wasn't leading the county in rebounds and blocks was because we had so much depth. Columbia had like a legit D1 NBA from a size perspective lineup. Taj at 5'9" was probably the biggest outlier from a height perspective. And Taj was probably the biggest threat on the court. Horton, like, I truly believe the only reason he wasn't leading the county in rebounds and shot blocks was because of the depth that Columbia had. We had Damian Goodwin. We had Doobie. We had Jamal. Like, we had big bodies. That Gaucher was not small by no means. Like, we had people who could go down there and get boards. We had people on our second and third team that's starting and putting up good numbers at other schools. We had guys leave other schools who were doing their own thing to come be a part of a championship culture. Columbia's basketball was that deal, and it's getting back up there, if it's not already back up there. But Horton thrived, and I remember senior year, and this is when I knew, like, all right, this dude's gonna be great. Like, even if it don't work with this, like, he gonna be great. Senior year, Columbia versus Druid Hills at Druid Hills. If you was there or graduated with me, you probably know where I'm going with this story. I want to say it's first quarter. It could have been second quarter. It was very early in the game. Columbia gets out in transition. Outlet to Jamal. Jamal makes some moves and gets stopped, but Jamal still feels like he can make this shot. I truly believe that Jamal never felt, there was no shot Jamal felt like he couldn't make. And that's not a knock on Jamal, because Jamal was a bucket. I wish he would have went somewhere other than Oregon State, but Jamal was a bucket. Like, period. I remember the first time I saw Jamal, and they was like, that's the dude that's ranked. And I'm like, he don't really look like a hooper to me. Dog, we got on that court. Home hit me with a tween behind the back. I'm like, wait a minute, Home, slow down. Like, chill. Like, chill. Jamal was a bucket, but Jamal got in a position where he was forced to take a bad shot. Takes a bad shot, misses it. Horton over the top. Doobie coming down low. Backboard, shattered, rim, gone. This dude just shattered the backboard. When something like that happens, you kind of just sit there for a minute like, everybody's going crazy. Everybody's going crazy. I mean, this wasn't necessarily when, like, camera phones were probably just starting to get popping. Like, so everybody's video was ugly. I mean, it is hilarious. The game had to be canceled. They to this day they did not finish that game. Chris Horton and Doobie Ello shut the gym down. Everybody go home. And I remember them being in school talking about this, bro. I did that. I broke the glass. Nah, I did that. Nah. My opinion, I think Horton did it. Horton came over the top first, and he was the first one to apply that initial pressure. Doobie did come behind Horton. It was bang bang. I mean, seriously, like, it couldn't have been more bang bang as far as, you know, whose hands touched the rim first, whatever. They broke a backboard, so it don't even matter. We're gonna fast forward a little bit more. Horton, you know, my senior year, state title, you know, finished with a bang. I don't know how many titles the class of 2012 left with, but I know senior year we got one. Them boys came out with a state championship. Signing day. Horton signs to Austin P to be a governor. And I'll be real with you, I didn't know who Austin P was at the time. I didn't. But I'll tell you what, Chris Horton is the reason I know who Austin P is. And to this day, whenever I see their logo or their mascot or anything dealing with that school, he is the first person I think about. Probably the only person I think about, if I'm being honest with you. But you gotta understand, man, like, not many people not making their 8th grade team, like, and not because of, like, grades or whatever, but like legit didn't make the team. Not a lot of those dudes get Division I scholarships. Like, I know he had 4 years to turn it around, but, like, when you in it, 4 years is not a long time. I want to say Chris left Austin P as the all-time leader rebounder and shot blocker. I could be wrong, but I guarantee you, if you go look at the record books, my boy is up there. Like, legit, he's up there. And it just, every time I would see a poster or something saying, like, oh, he broke another record, or he got another rebound, or something like that. I mean, for him to go on to have like jersey retirement type shit at Austin Peay, how can it not warm your heart, man? Like again, me and Chris weren't the closest of friends. We weren't even, you know, that close, but to just, again, be able to share the halls with somebody like that, you know, to be able to not necessarily be by his side for his story, but like just watch him grow and develop and become a man and just be able to deal with adversity. I mean, you know how many people who didn't make their 8th grade team, who probably should have, go to high school and still don't get the full maxed out opportunity as far as playing time go. You know how many people would have transferred, left counties and all that? You know how many people did transfer Columbia because of that exact reason? And for him to stick it out through and through, all the way through, win that state championship, go to Austin Peay and then turn that program, real talk, into yours. I mean, like seriously, man, like, kudos. And that's what we here for, man. We here to give flowers. We here to show love and respect, man. Horton, if you watching, dog, just as somebody who went to school with you, and, bro, I'm proud of you. Like, legit, I'm proud of you. If you don't know where Horton is now, I'm so sorry, but I cannot pronounce the name of his team. Horton has been a multi-year overseas professional on the basketball court, and nothing has changed from his Austin Peay days. Rebounds, shot blocks, and he probably can go up and get whatever lob you want him to. That's no joke. Horton spent some time, I believe Horton spent some time in the G League. I want to say he was with the Miami organization for a little bit. It was either G League or Summer League. Could have been both. But I know he spent some time with the NBA organization at some point. I do. But again, Horton, man, if you're watching, I'm proud of you, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, man. People are watching. I'm watching. And just continue to grow. Like, you've developed and created your own legacy that nobody can take away from you, man. There are no more days where you are leaving the gym crying with your dad comforting you, unless you just lost a championship game overseas or something. So what if you didn't make it to the league, bro? Like, for you to do what you've done, and then, like, and this ain't the shit on nobody, but if you go back and look at the rest of that 2012 class, or the rest of that 2012 roster, and you compare what they're doing now versus what you were doing, or you compare whose careers turned out to be what versus what everybody thought was going to be back in high school, bro, you won. You won, my dude. Like, and it's so satisfying for me to sit here and say that about somebody I graduated with, man. Again, kudos. I love you, bro. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. Stay out of trouble and be safe. The rest of it is cake. Guys, I appreciate y'all for tuning in for another edition of Throwback Thursday. This is the second one. I hope you guys are starting to get a feel of how this thing is going to go. If you still here, I appreciate you. And we're going to give you a sneak peek in the next week. And yes, it is going to be another Columbia High School representative. And we're going to talk about our first female. Next week, Throwback Thursday. Zuri Frost. Probably the greatest point guard you've never heard of. A lot of people on this channel have heard of Zuri Frost just because I went to school with him. But for those of you who are subscribing and watching from outside sources, and who of you who don't know me until after high school, next Thursday we're going to talk about it. Zuri Frost, Columbia High School, class of 2012, women's basketball. Guys, I appreciate you for watching. This is Esports and Entertainment coming to you from the basement. I love y'all, man.
Look up, let go, boy. That my little cousin, let go, boy. Yeah. Let's go. Hey, we out, though. We out. We go. Hey, Chris,